What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Skylar, and again, here we are back at FFR Shop, where we are going to be working on part 2 of the Bandolero build. As you watched in part 1, we were able to get a lot of the metal cut out and the chassis work done to install our front tubing for our front bumper bars. Today's episode, we are going to focus on welding in them bars and also running to pick up our brand new front horn pieces for the car. My buddy Matthew will be headed over shortly, and he is going to be the one that is going to be doing all the welding for us today. So we're going to focus on getting them bars that we did in part 1 fixed up into the car and welded in, and then focus on getting the front frame rail welded, as well as getting the bumper installed. And then while Matthew is busy welding on the frame, I will be trying to adjust the pedals. I was able to go get some material for the pedals to lengthen it out. As mentioned before, these Bandoleros are usually driven by preteens and young kids, but this year they've opened that up, and I'm gonna actually try my luck at running it. So that's what we're doing all the work. So I went and got some material for that. So we're gonna be test feeding the front pedal to see if we can get it adjusted for me, and also getting some pieces cut out for the seat so that Matthew can take it home and get the seat welded up. So anyway, again, thanks for joining, and let's get to work. I wanna go over this pedal setup a little bit. So I have already moved this brake pedal, and the gas pedal is very simple to do. All we have to do is move one bracket. But what we're gonna try to accomplish is I went and bought some quarter 20 all thread. This all thread is a little too short, and I couldn't find any quarter 28 all thread. So we're gonna get a tap, and I'm actually going to tap these two heim joints out to a quarter 20 all thread. That way it's a lot easier. It's very common to get that type of all thread, and this quarter 28 is just, it's kind of a harder piece to find. So what we're gonna do is we are going to focus on getting this adjusted. The gas pedal, I have plenty of room with that throttle cable to move it on up further, and just gotta grind off this one bracket right here. This one bracket just holds the relief spring on the throttle pedal. So that'll be real easy. We'll get this ground off and just slide this forward and make it to where it's comfortable for my foot. And then I'll just keep this mark here for whenever we move it back for my son. But this one here, with no adjustability, I can't move it forward without relocating this master cylinder for the brake. So I want to leave this in the stock position. So that's why we're going to be moving this forward. So that's why we have to tackle trying to get that threaded out. So we'll get this loosened up, we'll take this off, and we'll also work on this and see if we can't get it moved forward. I'll set y'all up on a time lapse, and we'll go from there. And when we come back, we'll show you what we've got. All right, so we were able to get the pedals out. All of them have been removed from their brackets. Throttle pedal right here, and the brake pedal, I have it sitting up here. So these are the heim joints that I talked about earlier. You can see that this is a lot shorter than I need it to be. And with that fine thread, I do not have enough adjustability for this to move my pedal forward anymore. I tried it with it exactly extended out as much as I could, and I did not like it at all. So now we'll go ahead and move over to the drill and the tap, and we will see if we can get these tapped out to that quarter 20 that I mentioned earlier. And there we go. We have our piece created for the brake pedal. So we went from this extension on quarter 28 to quarter 20. And there is our arm joints redone, set up for our extension. So here are the pieces that we built last video that we're gonna get welded in. You can see that I have this one still exactly where we left it on part 1, and then this one is ready as well. So our goal today is to get these cleaned up and also clean up real nice around this metal so that Matthew can get them welded up. I've got some carburetor cleaner here and some gloves so that I don't get it on my hands. We'll get these grinded up, cleaned up, and sprayed with some of this to get it ready for some welding. All right, so we got everything nice and clean, ready for Matthew to start welding on it. I was able to clean this really well, and we were also able to get these nice and clean too. So there's no oil or grease on there. That way we can get some really good welds. I went ahead and left this so I didn't forget that that was the passenger side, which in the first video I realized I said that it was a passenger side, but it is a single seater. So anyway, that just lets me know it's the right side of the Bandolero. But anyway, let's go and make a little small trip, and we will get our front horn pieces and be right back, and we'll start welding them up. So we just got done at the Okrezik's house. Huge shout out to Wayne and Connor and Miss Debbie Okrezik for the parts. They were able to hook us up with a few of the body pieces that we were missing for the front end. So they still need a little bit of work, but that's okay. They were gracious enough to give them to us. So that's just another thing that we'll be able to learn on. So now that we have our front horns and we have these body pieces, let's head back to the shop and we'll get to welding. All right, guys, we're back at the shop, and oh, look who's here. Matthew, what's up, dude?
What's up, brother? What's up, everybody?
You ready to get some welding done?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's knock this thing out.
Let's do it.
All right, guys, so here it is. Matthew got it all welded up. The bars are in. Everything is solid. Would you say it's solid?
Oh, yeah. Ain't gonna break.
Ain't gonna break. So anyway, amazing job. Now, what is next is we went and picked up the new horns for the front bumper. And the next task is to get them welded in, just like that. So we'll get them stabbed in there, and we'll be back. We'll have a complete front end. So here we go. All right, guys, so while Matthew is finishing up welding on the front horns for the bumper, I want to kind of give y'all a brief rundown on the seat situation. So with these cars being primarily for younger kids, the seats are way small, way tiny, and the compartments inside these cars are not really that that big, seeing that they're, you know, for smaller people. So what I've had to do is I had to take and find an old, you know, random seat that I had sitting out behind my shop that had a flat bottom. And the reason I needed a flat bottom is because of my height. I needed for the seat to sit as low as possible on the bottom of the cart. So anyway, I found this seat. It was an old dirt seat. And what I had to do is, I'll show you guys, is I had to actually cut the seat up to make the bracket. So anyway, I'll show y'all that now and show you how we're gonna fix it up. So this here is gonna be the piece where I had to cut this seat down, and Matthew is gonna take this seat home and weld that back in. So that is going to be how we repair this seat. That weld just looks incredible. Absolutely incredible. Oh, wait a minute. Why are you grinding?
You gotta get the flex off.
You gotta get the flex off. Fire in the hole. Down she goes. Heck yeah. Amazing, dude. All right, here it is. All welded out. Looks incredible. Matthew, you did amazing. Thank you, man.
Yes, sir.
It's all back together. The front horns are in. Just got to clean them up with the disc grinder. And the front end, solid. Matthew weighs 250, 240, somewhere in there, 260. There she is. Holds them up, no problem. So I appreciate the help, and now it's just on to the fun stuff. Getting the front end put back on. There's a front plate that we got to put back on, but I'm gonna get that cleaned all up and get some primer on it, make sure we don't get any rust, and we'll go from there. Another update on the brake. I successfully was able to tap these heim joints and get our extension put in. And so that is awesome. We got that done. And actually ran into a little bit of a problem with the throttle. Let me get this out and show you what we're gonna do here. So we decided to back up and punt on this. This throttle mechanism, I thought we had enough cable going towards the back, but we do not. And so I'm gonna end up redesigning this to try to make it a little bit lighter so that we don't have all this extra metal. That's just a lot of metal just for a spring return. So me and Matthew have been talking about it. We're gonna redesign this and maybe use some of that same all thread that we used for the brake pedal and design a better throttle system here, just so that we can try to get rid of some of this old bulky stuff like that. So, but anyway, so we're gonna call that a job. That's gonna be the end of this video. We hope y'all enjoyed the content today and into the night. And y'all go and follow Matt. What's your YouTube channel?
MD Sugar 84.
MD Sugar 84. He does some really cool, awesome drone footage and stuff like that. So y'all make sure to go give him a like and subscribe and share his stuff. And we will come back after we get done just cleaning some of this stuff up and do part 3. And part 3, we will try to tackle our new gas pedal, and we'll get this all ground down, cleaned up real nice, and get the front end prepped for that metal piece. And also Matthew's gonna take the seat home and he's gonna get that aluminum pieces welded in so that we can get the seat buttoned up and be 100%, and then we'll get the body done. So Y'all like and subscribe, and leave your comments down below if y'all like this, and give us a share. And we will see y'all in the next video. Appreciate it.